Hello, my name is Johnny Barfield with Cobb County Senior Services, and today I'm going to be starting a new series called App Spotlight. And what this will be is basically just covering a bunch of different applications on your phone that, I think could be either fun or useful to you. I'm open to any suggestions. At the end of this, I'll give you my email address if you want to hear more about a certain app. But today, we're going to be covering the Waze app. If you haven't heard of Waze, it is a free ad-supportive interactive navigation app. So basically like your Google Map or Apple Maps, where it's going to give you turn-by-turn directions. What makes it a little bit different from those is it is focused exclusively on driving. So while Google Maps, will have a pedestrian setting, it can have a bicycle setting. This keeps it simple by focusing only on driving. Also, it is a service that uses crowdsourcing to alert you to different conditions on the road. So the other drivers who are using Waze actually act as the eyes and ears of the app to alert other drivers to situations like traffic, police presence, accidents, detours, and anything else that can slow you down on your route. So basically, the more people that use and contribute to Waze, the more accurate it is. And it will actually automatically alter your route to avoid traffic jams. It allows easy sharing of your arrival time with friends and contacts on your phone, and even allows you to stream music through the app. So that process is a little bit easier too. But we're going to go ahead and get started with it. So on my phone, you'll see the Waze app all the way down there at the bottom, the little blue app with the little smiley face and the speech bubble. So we're going to click on that and get started. All right, so this is what your screen will look like. When you pull it up, you'll notice a little map showing where you are at the moment. At the top, you'll see a search bar, and you'll also see some preset locations there at the bottom part of your screen. It already has one location that I've visited recently, 1150 Powder Springs Street, which is the main office for senior services. But you can also set a home address or a work address, and really any amount of favorite addresses that you want to put in here, so that they're easy to get to. So I guess the best place to start right now is, what do you do when you want to go somewhere? So if it's not a recent location, you can click there at the top of the screen where it says where to. You have two options. You can either click on there and type into it, or you can hit that little microphone button and you'll be able to speak the address into it. So we're going to click on it, and I'm once again just going to go ahead and type in 1150 Powder Springs Street. You'll notice as I start typing, it starts trying to give me some suggestions. Obviously, since I recently visited it, it's already kind of figuring out what I'm doing here at the top. But it also has some others here at the bottom, just in case that's what you're going for. But as you type it, the more it's going to centralize it to what you're looking for. So once you see it, so obviously mine is right there, 1150 Powder Springs Street. I'm going to click on that. And now we're about ready to go. So there are two different options you can see there at the bottom. You have go, which is obviously you're ready to go. It's time to go. The other option is go later, which is actually a pretty cool thing. So we're going to click on that. Go later. So you'll notice here on the side here, you have a lot of different times. So say that you're going later on. So say I want to get there about 1 o'clock. You can scroll on down, and it'll tell you exactly when you need to leave to get there at that time. Now that's just a good thing to look at just in general, but you can also hit save at the bottom, and it will send you a reminder when it's time to leave. But you can see it has a little graph on the side there about traffic, and when traffic gets bad, so you can see, according to their records, as I scroll down, the little graph goes up, especially around 5 o'clock when people start, driving around. But also 7 o'clock, you can just see kind of the best times to leave, the worst times to leave. We're going to go ahead and go back. All right. You'll also notice there on the left-hand side, above the address, there's a favorite place where you can go ahead and favorite that location if it's a place that you travel to a lot. So we're going to go ahead and hit go. And this is going to start. Give us a lot more options here. We're still not actually leaving yet. There we go. You'll notice here on the map, right underneath the route listing, there's a kind of a timeline of what's going to be on your route. You'll notice somebody has reported some sort of police presence. Also there, the little hazard sign, some sort of accident or something that might impede your progress. As you scroll down, you can go right back to that place where it showed you all the times here. View more times. Takes you right back to that other screen. All right, you can also add stops if you need to add a parking spot. If you're going into Atlanta, you obviously aren't going to be able to park usually at the building you're going to. You might need a parking spot, but you can also add all kinds of things. Like if you want to make a gas stop along the way, you can click on the gas icon and find gas stations along your route. If it's going to be a long drive and you're going to stop for some food, you have a food thing there. But you can add whatever stop you want on this location just by hitting that magnifying glass there on the right. And you'll notice it pulls up the same old search bar kind of thing, add a stop. You can type in the exact address. But there are all kinds of different options here, parking, food, gas, but you hit that little 3 dots and it gives you a lot more things, shopping, coffee, pharmacies along the way. So that's a cool thing, especially if you're going on a long trip. So another couple of things here, we have the routes. Obviously, there's going to be a couple of different routes anywhere you're going. So this will show you the different routes available. So you have the one that could take Dallas Highway. But if I don't want to take Dallas Highway, I could do it a couple of different other ways. Lost Mountain Road, Friendship Church Road. They might take me a little bit longer, but it does give you a couple of different routes you can choose from. You can share the drive there at the bottom. Click on that. And you can share it with the contacts in your phone. But you can also hit more options and share it via Facebook, your mail, all kinds of different places. And then overview. Click on that and it'll give us a nice little map of the way that we will be going if you just want to have an idea of what you're doing. All right, so to get back, we're going to hit recenter. And we are basically good to go. So we'll hit resume. And now we are driving. And now it's going to operate just like anything else. You have the turn-by-turn directions up at the top, and it'll also speak with you as well. If any time you start scrolling, you might notice that you'll see some little guys here. Oh, he disappeared. Let's see if I can find another one. As you go along your route, it actually shows you other Waze users who are using it at the time. But it also does show you there seems to be some construction here right outside of the park. And also some construction here on County Road. And it shows you, oh, there's a lot of police presence there on Dallas Highway, so you might, I guess, want to slow down there as well. So yeah, you can just see you have a nice overview of everything going on in your route. And if you ever kind of get away from where you are, just hit there at the bottom left-hand side, recenter, and it'll take you right back to where you actually are. And one more option you'll notice on here while you're driving is this little orange button here on the side. This is actually where you can report things that you see along the way for other Waze users. So you simply click on that little orange thing, and it's going to give you a lot of different options. You can report traffic, police, a crash, any kind of hazard, just a general hazard, something in the road, whatever it could be. If you want to report a gas price that you notice, this is just where you do that. And again, that helps Waze give the other drivers the most accurate road conditions at the time. So now that we're done there, I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to show you one more thing. All right, back on our home screen, I'm going to show you a couple of different other things. So we're going to hit search there at the bottom, not at the top, but at the bottom. And you'll notice a little panel opens up from the side. Let's kind of go from the top here. One of the most important ones here is this gear at the upper left-hand side. Click on that, and that takes you to your settings. Now, obviously, there's a whole lot of things to cover in here, but I really you can pretty much explore that on your own. The most important one, I think, is the navigation. This is where you can tell it to avoid some things that you might not feel comfortable with. Avoid toll roads if you don't want to hit any of those. You can tell it to avoid those. You can also avoid ferries if you're driving in a place with ferries. But I guess the most important thing for a lot of people is avoid freeways. If you don't feel comfortable driving on a freeway or you just want to have a more scenic drive, you can click that and then Waze will automatically avoid those if possible. Another good one to look at, scrolling to the bottom, is privacy. Always important to look at that. If you don't want anybody to have any information on you whatsoever when you're driving on Waze, that's completely possible. Just hit Go Invisible. Now at this point you will not be able to report conditions, but you'll still be able to get them from other Waze users. You can also have your drive history here, and you can delete anything that you're not comfortable being on there. All right, going back to that screen. As you can see, we can set up a home base. That's pretty simple to do. Just click on set once and go. Click on that. You can type in your address and set your home. And you can also put in more stuff besides the home and work. Under saved places, you can put whatever you want. Just click on save a place and type it in, and it will be good to go. The other thing over here that's kind of cool is plan drives. Say that you have a drive coming up, you have a drive tomorrow. You got to get somewhere. So what you can do is go here to the bottom, hit plan a drive, put in your address. I'm just going to keep using 1150 Powder Springs Street. So I'm going to click on that here. And this is another place that you can decide when you want to go. And also here at the top, you'll notice it says day today, but say I wanted to go tomorrow. Just click on that, scroll down tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever. Click on that. And it's again going to give you the best traffic times. You just go to it, hit save, and now your phone's going to give you a notification when it's time to get going on that drive. And that basically covers it for Waze. If you have any questions or you have any suggestions for apps you'd like to see in the future, I'm going to type in my email address right here. It's jonathan.barfield@cobbcounty.org. Again, if you have any questions or you have a suggestion on an app you'd like to see, I think next time we're going to be covering TikTok, a very popular app right now. I'm sure you hear it a lot in the news. Just give you a quick overview of that one sometime next week. So that is it for me, and we'll see you next time.